gentlemen, welcome to the 9th race of the MSFC here at the home of the night raid, Shroudwater Bay. And as you can obviously tell, a night race for the night raid. Going to be interesting to see how racers adapt. Leading us off is Kinesis. Kinesis has had a very good season and is still in contention very much for a potential racer championship bid with 2 races to go. Kinesis. A very basic track here at Shroudwater. Through the first sector, a long one at that, 13.74 for Kinesis. Through the very slow second sector. Then speeds pick back up. Kinesis at 27.05 through the second sector. And we'll come to the finish. A very long lap. 39.54. That will be the time to beat. What a story this has been. Bedlam, the provisional racer championship leader through 8 races, and trying to lead Klaus to an unthinkable championship. Bedlam has 2 race wins to their name this season, and faster than Kinesis by over a second through the first sector. Through the slow left-hander, and faster than Kinesis through the second sector. Bedlam, a bit of a different approach to the third sector, and it seems to be paying off. They will easily beat Kinesis' time with a 36.49 by 3 seconds. Bedlam moves to the top. Next up are the Pantheon with Alpha, and Bedlam may be leading the current standings for Racer Champion, but you could make a very good argument that Alpha is still the favorite, having won both of their last 2 races, and the Pantheon having all of the momentum in the world, and Alpha looking very quick through the first sector. But seemed to stall out a bit at the end of it. 12.43 and looking pretty slow up here through the hairpin. Alpha falling behind, a second and a half back of Bedlam through the second sector. This time doesn't look all that terrible, but Bedlam put together a heck of a lap. Alpha across the line at 39.44, just barely able to beat Kinesis for second place. Next up is the Icy Hots with Vertigo, and another marble that is very much in the running for individual champion. Vertigo, a race win and 2 bronzes to his name so far, but somehow isn't even leading the individual standings. Just goes to show you how stacked the competition is up at the top. Vertigo a bit slow through the first sector. 1.1 back. And Vertigo looking very slow up here through the second sector. This seems to be very easily the 3rd best time so far. Will they be able to get in ahead of Alpha through the 3rd sector? It's going to be close. Looks like it. Yes, they are with a 38.03, a purple 3rd sector. Vertigo moves into 2nd place. Next up, and seemingly the final team that has a good shot at winning the championship, is the Moon Melodies with Defiant today. Defiant has had a very big up and down season. Peaked at their home track winning at Tidal Glow, but outside of that and their 2nd place finish at the Detroit Derby, it has been straight up dreadful for Defiant. And the Moon Melodies as a team have been very much limping lately, although Defiant does have a purple first sector. But again, that seems to be a theme. Marbles, the second sector is slow by design, but Defiant and a lot of these recent marbles in particular seem to be stalling out more there than our current leader Bedlam did. This is still going to be a good time for Defiant. It will probably slot into 2nd place, No, it won't. With a terrible end to the lap at 38.15, it will be third place out of 5 for Defiant. Next up, and the final team in the first half of qualifying is Team Fire, who have selected Hawk today. Team Fire currently 5th in the standings. And Hawk has been inconsistent, but they do have a big win at the Circus Circuit in their second race of the season, trying to prove that wasn't a fluke. But inconsistency has plagued Team Fire as a whole. Hawk, pretty quick through the first sector, just a 10th back. But also seems to be slow here through the slow turn. And lost about a second there in the second sector. If they can keep up the momentum in this third sector, they could have a shot at second place, but it doesn't look like it. Hawk across the line, not able to get where they needed to get. 38.58. Kicking us off in the second half of qualifying and in the bottom half of the standings as a team is a marble that still has a very real bid for individual racer champion, and that is Black Rose. One of just a very few marbles that has 3 medals to their name this season. But Black Rose, despite showing incredible speed both in qualifying and in the races, has yet to win one. And green through the first sector is Black Rose. And they look much quicker through that slow hairpin than we've seen some other marbles. Black Rose is, as a matter of fact, a second ahead of Bedlam through that second sector. Trying to keep up the momentum through the third sector. I don't know. This is going to be close. Black Rose just barely able to stay out in front and move to the top spot with a 36.04. Now up is Colt from the Shadow Hunters. Shadow Hunters had a lot of momentum on their side, but they seem to have just fizzled out at around the mid-pack. It still can turn out to be a good season for them, though, especially given the very rough start that they had. If they can maybe rack up a few medals in the final third of the season. And now Colt is green through the first sector. This seems like the second sector is the sector to get right, though, and I don't think Colt did. And in fact, they lost almost 2 seconds there in the second sector. Colt looking a bit better here in the third sector. Across the line, 37.16. A good job to make some time up in the third sector. Now up are the Iron Brotherhood with Dart. And the Iron Brotherhood have started to find their stride. They were in dead last, but they're now starting to put things together. Tartarus with a great run in the last race, finishing in third place at Icy Mountain. And the Iron Brotherhood are starting to trend toward respectability, although looking very slow in the first sector is Dart. As a matter of fact, they're going to lose several seconds in the first sector. 2.3 seconds lost. Going to be really tough to make up that, and it's not getting any better. Through the second sector, 4.5 seconds back, and I would be stunned if this is not a new last place. Dart across the line, a good third sector, but still last place, 39.89, barely able to stay in the threes. Next up are the Starry Sky, and the Starry Sky just had their superstar Blink finally break through in the last race of Icy Mountain, their first podium of the season, won pole and finished second. But it has been a dreadful season for Eclipse. By many measures, they are the worst competitor in the MSFC this season. But that was expected. The Starry Sky are a team that really only has one true speed ace. Although Eclipse looking good in the first sector. But that speed very quickly wore out. Oh boy. How much time is going to be lost here? Almost 3 seconds, 2.6 back after Sector 2. And Eclipse, this is not going to get into the top 4. Across the line, just barely going to stay in the 3s, 39.37. And that means that Black Rose is in to the battle for pole for the 4th time this season, I believe. Next up is Zoro, and that is also my bad. I counted wrong. That is 10 racers that have gone, which means Black Rose and Bedlam are into the battle for pole. Zoro, they have had their ups, but I would say for them and for their team, it has been more downs than ups. But it's not too late. We still have 4 races left in the season, 2 for each individual marble. But Zoro not quick in the first sector. Lost to the second. The second sector is where it seems like it makes or breaks your lap, and not very quick is Zoro. Far from the only marble to have that problem, but 3 seconds back after 2 sectors. Will Zoro stay in the 4s? Yes, they will. Actually, with a decent third sector. 38.57 will. And lastly, it is Jinx of the Camo Hiders. The bottom of the order has really failed to give us any impressive times outside of Black Rose. Vertigo is on the bubble right now. The final spot will either go to them or to Jinx. The Camo Hiders started off decently strong, but it has been absolutely brutal for them lately. They've fallen from a respectable middle-of-the-pack team to currently dead last in the standings. It's going to take them a lot of work to find their way back to respectability, and this qualifying time is not helping. Through the second sector, 2.6 back, and that means that Vertigo is going to find their way in to the battle for pole. Where is Jinx going to fall? A 39.25. That will place them in, I believe, 9th place. 8th place for the race. Here we go. Black Rose, Bedlam, Colt, and Vertigo. 2-lap battle for pole here at Shroudwater Bay. Colt with a bad jump off the belt. Vertigo fighting their way up into 2nd place and trying to make a run on Black Rose. Through the first sector, Black Rose defends. Colt falling back to 4th. And Black Rose pulling away through the second sector, but slow through the bank turn. Everybody slows down. Black Rose trying to put as much separation between themselves and the rest of the field as they can. It looks like the through 3 are bunched up. Black Rose, 1 lap to go. They've been so fast this season, both in qualifying and in the races, but yet to finish first in qualifying or in the race. Bedlam has gone by Vertigo into 2nd. Trying to start on the front row. And now escaping Vertigo just a little bit. Colt's not out of it if they can have a clean rest of the lap, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Vertigo closing in on Bedlam, but are they going to get a passing opportunity? This is it. Vertigo closing in, but it will be Black Rose taking home pole, and Bedlam will hold off Vertigo for 2nd. For the first time this season, Black Rose has finished first, but will they be able to do it in the race?